Hello everybody and welcome to your new patient experience part 2 class. We are going to pick up where we left off before. We left off at the end of the 4 green lights before and on the day 1 process in G10, and the patient has agreed to all of those things and we're moving forward now. So the next step is going to be us creating and performing an exam, a history, a consultation, and any testing like X-ray or thermography that we might be doing in our practice. So we're gonna, as I told you in the video, we're going to take it from there the whole way to the exit of the new patient on day 1. Let's take a look at the syllabus together. You can find your syllabus in your welcome folder in the class in your Schoology resources. So you can reach me at my office email is probably the best, or you can Schoology message me is the best way to communicate. I will check my email and my Schoology messaging very frequently. There is no required text for this course. TLC script books are recommended. They are not necessary. If you'd like them, you can get them from TLC for Super Teams. And then the online resources, TLC for Super Teams, and that's spelled wrong. It's Super, S-U-P-E-R, Team. Sorry for the error there. And then Schoology.com for online resources. And if you have any questions about it, you can reach me. We are going to go through the content as you see. Week 1 through week 10. We will have a final examination on week 11. The grade weighting, you can see that the assignments will be determined throughout the quarter. Those are mostly done up to midterm, maybe one after midterm, but most of them are done up to midterm. The weight is 20%. We have a midterm practical on week 5. It's 25% of your grade. We have a presentation that we're going to do on week 9 or 10, which is 15% of your grade. And your final exam on week 11 is 40% of your grade. You see at the bottom there that late assignments will be assessed as 0 points. So just as before in the G10 classes, please just get your stuff in on time. There is a 24-hour grace period where you'll lose 50% of your points, but beyond that you will get 0 points. So you just get them in on time. I hate to see you lose points. The rest of the syllabus that you see there, there is no makeup work or extra credit. I think the rest of the syllabus has some, may not have a whole lot of application to how we're going to do things this quarter. All right, everybody, so this is, you've seen this before, our new patient flowchart for day 1. We've worked from the first patient phone call to the new patient greeting, to the new patient application, to the new patient video and the doctor preparation, and then into the 6 steps of day 1. And as I've told you before, we worked up till the end of the 4 green lights. So the process that we are undergoing and we're going to work in is actually going to be happening still in those 6 steps of day 1. So if you look right here, this is where we are, right here in the 6 steps of day 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on what is called a talking teaching exam. And we will get more into that in detail. But I want you to be thinking about, what could be the value of that? What is the value of teaching somebody about subluxation while you're doing something that's a routine procedure? So the talking teaching exam, it utilizes a standard procedure in an educational way. So let me give you an example. I think one of the standards as far as examination in chiropractic is range of motion. Let's pick range of motion. So range of motion is a very standard procedure in chiropractic. It's also, in regard to musculoskeletal injuries, a very standard procedure in medicine as well. And I could go to a medical doctor's practice and have cervical range of motion done, and I could go to a chiropractic office and have cervical range of motion done, and there would be no difference between the two, except maybe the tools they use to measure the range of motion. But as far as a patient is concerned, their understanding of the two would be the same. Oh, it's just a test that they do. But if we can incorporate the concept of subluxation, how subluxation affects range of motion, then that simple procedure becomes an educational moment for the patient. And it helps the patient to understand their own distinct or unique condition. We are looking for something as chiropractors that nobody else looks for: subluxation. And if we don't let people know that this is what we do and this is what we're looking for, then really we are no different than anybody else they've ever seen. Now, our application of our care would be different, but the analysis would be very much the same. And it helps the patient to feel like they're in the right place for that condition. So if you have educated them, which we have done in the work we've done already about subluxation, and now you get to the exam portion and you tell the patient in the build up to the 4 green lights, hey, I believe that you have this thing called subluxation. I'm confident you're in the right place and we should move forward. And they say, yes, I agree that we should move forward because I've never heard of this thing before, but I want to know if my issues are due to that. So it helps them to understand, like, okay, well, I guess I am in the right place. It feels like the right place to me. And it also builds their understanding of what subluxation is and how it affects them. So I'd like to create, and I will create an assignment for you each to tell me what are the standard tests that we do in chiropractic? What are the standard exam tools that we use to evaluate patients? And then I want you to think about what can we do with those standard tools to make them more educational and more subluxation based. So I'll put that in your folder for you, and this will be our work for this first week. And I will be issuing additional assignments and video modules as we move forward.